All right, episode 4 of the Consumer Advocate Podcast. Can collectors call me at work? All right, this is a question I get a lot. This is a question I see online a lot. So, can collectors call me at work? It depends. It depends. And I know that's not the answer you want to hear, but hear me out. There's a couple issues here, but generally I'm going to say no. All right, but this is also a really good opportunity to address other issues to see if you can make money on this mistake. And let's see. All right. So, are they calling you at work? Okay. So, they're either calling you on the office line or they're calling you on your cell phone. All right. So, let's assume that they're calling you on the office line. Let's start with that one. All right. If they're calling you directly on the office line, can they do that? I'm going to say yes until you tell them to stop. So, if they called you directly, they directly dialed your desk, okay? And you pick up the phone. You tell them not to call you at work. You're not supposed to take calls. The next time they call you at work, it's totally illegal. Call a consumer lawyer. You will have a lawsuit. Call me if you're in Georgia, and we will take care of that. That will be against the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. Okay. Now, let's say instead of you calling your desk directly, it goes to the secretary. Or let's say the secretary puts the collector through to your boss. What about now? Okay. It is illegal unless they tell someone that is not you that they are calling about a debt. So if the only message you get is, "Hey, this is Steve. Hey Jim. Hey, this is your boss. Hey, someone just left a message for you to call back. Steve." Well, that doesn't say that he's collecting a debt, and so that's probably legal. If you have that going on, go ahead and immediately call the debt collector and tell them not to call you at work anymore. And the next time they call, it will be illegal. If they told your boss or the secretary, "Hey, tell Jim to pay his debts," that's illegal. And if that's the situation, definitely contact a consumer lawyer. That's a violation of the FDCPA. Okay. So the next part is, okay, let's say they're not calling your office lines. They're calling you at work on your cell phone. Okay. We talk a lot about this in each of the prior podcasts. So briefly, if they're calling you on your cell phone, the first question you ask yourself is, did you give them permission to call your cell phone? So did you put that number, that exact cell phone number that they're calling, did you put that number on the application? If you didn't, they have a problem and they may owe you $500 per call under the Telephone Consumer Protection Act. Now, if you did put that exact phone number on the application, then you need to ask yourself this question. Did I ever ask them to stop calling? Because if you did and they've called you back, they're going to owe you money. Because if you did give them permission but then you took it away, that call is illegal. And that's it. So those are the answers. Can they call you on the office phone? It depends on what they say, and that until you tell them not to call you anymore. Can they call you at work when you're on your cell phone? No. However, you can tell them on the cell phone, "Hey, you can call me on the cell phone. If you want them to call you on your cell phone, just don't call me while I'm at work and I work during these hours." And so that way they can, if you want them to continue to communicate with you through your cell phone, you can determine which hours exactly you want to talk to them. All right, well, that's going to be it. Joseph McClelland with episode 4, Can Collectors Call Me at Work? Now you know. Thanks.